Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. Once word of Jesus' healing power spread, crowds gathered just to touch him. To many, he had become known as a magical healer or an interesting sideshow. Instead of desiring God's pardon and love, they only wanted physical healing or a chance to see spectacular events. Some people still see God as a cosmic magician and consider prayer to be a way to get God to do his tricks. But God is not a magician. He is the supreme master and our creator. Prayer is not a way for us to control God. It is a way for us to put ourselves under his authority that unleashes his perfect will for us as citizens of his kingdom. This may be Luke's account of the sermon that Matthew records in Matthew chapter 5, verse 7. Or it may be that Jesus gave similar sermons on several different occasions. Some believe that this was not one sermon, but a composite based on Jesus' customary teachings. These verses are called the Beatitudes, from the Latin word meaning blessing. They describe what it means to be a follower of Jesus, give his standards of context, and contrast kingdom values with worldly values. They show what Jesus' followers can expect from the world and what God will provide for them. In addition, they contrast fake piety with true humility. They also show how Old Testament expectations are fulfilled in God's kingdom. Some believe that the hunger about which Jesus spoke is a hunger for righteousness. Others say this is physical hunger. In any case, in a context where riches were seen as a sign of God's favor, Jesus startled his hearers by pronouncing blessings on the hungry. In doing so, however, he was in line with an ancient tradition. The Old Testament is filled with texts proclaiming God's concern for those who are poor and in need. For example, 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 5, Psalm 146, verse 7, Isaiah 56, verses 6 through 7, and also see Jesus' mother's prayer in Luke chapter 1, verse 53. If you think real satisfaction comes only through riches, then wealth may be the only reward you will ever get, and it does not last. Don't seek comfort now at the expense of eternal life. Many false prophets lived during Old Testament times. They were praised by kings and crowds because their predictions of prosperity and victory in war were exactly what the people wanted to hear. But popularity is no guarantee of truth, and human flattery does not bring God's approval. Sadness lies ahead for those who chase after people's praise rather than God's truth.